refresh. Still refresh. Still the same. Refresh. Let me check this other website. Refresh. Still nothing. Okay. Let me check this other website. Oh, 50% off. That's a good deal. Let me check this also. Well, yeah, I'm trying to figure out who's going to play for this team here. They don't know. Usually they figure it out by now, but sometimes they don't. And they say it might be a game time decision. They might not know till halftime, possibly midway through the fourth quarter. Some people are saying they're not going to know until week 11. I just want to know what the future of the team's going to be, you know? It's a big deal. Refresh. Still the same. You know what? Let's give it time. Something's got to happen, right? Something's got to happen. Gentlemen, welcome to your High House Elite. We are the Elite. The Elite. Week 8 review and Week 9 preview. Now, we only have about a month to go here in the regular season. A lot of the playoff picture is about to take form. A lot of these games getting bigger and bigger. And as we move on and set up for the playoffs, a lot of these teams need some big wins. And this past week, there are a lot of close games and a lot of big wins for a lot of teams. So let's jump right into it. Our game of the week for Week 8, Plug That Butthole versus Snyder Adult Films. Two heavyweights going head-to-head. Very close matchup, down to the wire, but Plug That Butthole wins 107.54 to 102.64. Snyder Adult Films, Patty Mahomes, 46.64. Another huge game for Patty Mac out there. But Plug That Butthole, Tyreek Hill, 21.8. Got a lot of points off of Patty's back right there. Patty. I don't know why I'm saying that so much, but let's move on. Another big game, No Boys for Me, 112.82. They beat Sabotage, who put up 104.48. Battle of the backfields here. No Boys, led by Henry and Bernard, combined 37 points. Lindsey and Gurley combined 25. Not bad, but not enough, unfortunately, for the Saboteurs. And No Boys for Me continue their winning ways. Lecho, close victory, 102.04 over Breeze Nuts version 3, who had 120.76. Breeze Nuts, Devontae Adams, responding to the critics. He had 23.3. But unfortunately for the O's, well, fortunately for Breeze Nuts, but fortunate for the O's, pair of defensive players, Poyer and Leonard, look them up. They combined for 24 defensive points. Difference of the game right there. A game that was not close at all. Luck this shit, 163.86. They beat the Firefly Funhouse, who only had 97.42. Dalvin Cook had 46.6, and that was all they needed, really. It was over after that performance. But for the Funhouse, shout out to DK Metcalf, young receiver, 28.1. I like that guy, he's pretty good. And faster. Look out. One of the closest games we have had that hadn't actually ended in a tie. More on that later. The Heartbreak Kids, 92.56. Fantasy football team, 91.54. A 1-point difference. And when it's that close, you got to look into the individual matchups, which bring us down to the tight end position. Heartbreak Kids, Gronkowski, 10.1. Fantasy team, Andrews, 3.2. 7-point swing. Difference in the game right there. Oh, nail biter for the sweet chin musics. And lastly, possibly one of the lowest scoring games we have ever had in High House Elite. The Elite. Leaky Butthole scored 68, which you would think would be an automatic loss, but Hot Cheetos and Milk whimpered in with 47.68. Obligatory kicker shout out, because these teams barely scored 100 combined. Butker had 5 for the Buttholes, the Leaky Buttholes, that is. Where Hot Cheetos and Milk, again, had a bit of a roster issue. 6 players in their starting lineup had less than 2 points. Yeah, that's how you not break half 100 right there. And now, that is week 8. Let's move on to everybody's favorite segment, If Only They Tied. This week's sponsored by the Columbia Blowfish. You like college age summer baseball team? Check out the Columbia Blowfish. Their mascot's pretty cool. It's a little blowfish you get some. Actually, they don't exist anymore. I don't know why they're sponsoring us. They need the money. Don't spend it on us. If only they tied. We look to that 1-point game, and if they tied, the fantasy football team would have won because Harris and Dobbins, pair of running backs, both individually and combined had more points than any of their starting running backs. So if they tied, bench points would have gone to the fantasy football team. And if either of those two players played, fantasy football team would have won outright. So that is if only they tied. Let's look ahead. To week 9. Again, playoffs on the horizon. Game of the week, two teams that are kind of teetering on are they in, are they out. Luck this shit at 4-4. They go against Breeze Nuts, version 3, who are 3-5. Both teams need this win to secure their spot in the postseason. Elsewhere around the league, big game here. Plug that butthole at 6-2. They go against Lee Cho, who is 5-3. No boys for me, 6-2. They go against the fantasy football team, who is 4-4. Snyder Adult Films, 6-2. They go against the Heartbreak Kids at 4-4. The Firefly Funhouse is 3-5. They go against Hot Cheetos and Milk, who is 1-7. And then lastly, Sabotage takes on the Leaky Butthole. Both teams 3-5. Both teams looking to make a late season run. All right. Well, gentlemen, that was your Week 8 review and Week 9 preview of the High House Elite. We are the Elite, the Elite. Good luck, Godspeed, and we'll see you down the road. Peace. All right, something should happen. Let's, check this out. Refresh. What? They're going to go to fantasy football court over this now?